I think I've made a very bad mistake. So I read Triggered by Donald Trump Jr. And I saw that it was the New York Times best-selling book, and these kind of books pop up all the time. With politicians are always getting book deals, and I always think to myself, like, who's reading all of these books, and also what's in these books? Like, what is he talking about? Normally I wouldn't read it, but I have a little book channel now, so I thought I'd bite the bullet and read it and review it. And actually, I was pleasantly surprised by how good it is. I'm just kidding. It's drivel. It's worse than drivel. It's piffle. I've never read a book like this. It's such a strange book. Like the writing is terrible. To give you an idea, he uses a lot of exclamation marks. So when he needs to let you know that he's really saying something, exclamation mark. Strange. Very terrible. The first chapter, he says that if you're not going to agree with him, don't even read the book. This isn't for someone that's going to disagree with what he has to say. Chapter 1. Chapter 2 is he discusses why he's calling the book Triggered. So a chapter on the title. Chapter 3, he lets you know that no one was asking him to write this book, which I believe. But he felt that he really had to say something. He's gonna tell it how it is, set everything straight. He's upset with people picking on him and picking on his father. That's chapter 3 now. Then it goes on into what I could best describe as like a long Twitter rant. If Twitter didn't have a character restriction, this is what would start pouring out, I imagine. It's like an op-ed piece / like stump speech. He puts in little I don't know, it's so strange. Like, here's like little check things, he's saying like, are you white, straight, male, Christian? Then you need to shut up, according to the left, is what he says. And then if you're talking to a black person or a woman or a Muslim or all three, then you really need to shut up, because the left is out to get you. This is kind of a book to kind of keep you outraged and also scared. There's a divide in the country, sort of like an underground war happening, and he's kind of leading the charge and not letting the enemy's the left. It's like an ambiguous target, that anything that he doesn't like is the left. The left is to blame. I get the sense that he's getting most of his news from like Twitter or Facebook or primetime television or morning news shows. There's no sense that he's reading any sort of like serious journalism. So reactionary. The idea that if you're disagreeing with his opinions or beliefs, or his father's opinions or beliefs, that it's un-American, that you're not supposed to be doing that. So much of the book is also like a missed opportunity. I feel like his life is such a unique life experience, like being the son of a billionaire, but being the son of Donald Trump, who, at the very least, has led a very interesting life. Um, and the few times that he talks about his childhood and the relationship with his father, it's only written as a means to make a political point instead of anything introspective or personal. Like he has a story of how he went as a child. He went to Czechoslovakia to meet his grandmother who lives there, and he was wearing a Stars and Stripes jacket, like a patriotic American jacket, and a customs agent in Czechoslovakia made him take off the jacket. And so he goes on, but essentially he's saying that's an example of why communism is bad. I'm trying to think. Um, he had a gap year. He took a year off after college, uh, and his father cut him off. So he this is when he starts telling you that he's really an everyman. He's like an average guy, um, and that later on in life he plays the role of a billionaire, but it's a burden that he carries on his shoulders. But he really relates to like the working class, the real Americans, and I think it comes to like the biggest fault of the book is that he plays the role of a victim, which is really not a good look for him. He comes off completely unsympathetic. Honestly, he's an unreliable narrator. So much of it is hard to believe. Huckleberry Finn is a more reliable narrator than the character, Donald Trump Jr. in this book. And I guess I'll end there. I mean, it was an experience. I don't think I've ever read a book like this. Here I am, like, doodling away, reading Marcel Proust and Dostoevsky, and like I was kind of laughing because like I was just recently reading Mark Twain and having reservations about his writing style, kind of nitpicking, like this Mark Twain book could have been a little bit better. And all the while, something like this is out there, and it's not also like it's not just this book. Like all of these people are writing this crap, and I guess people are buying them. I can't imagine that someone reads it. I guess I don't know. It's mind-boggling to me. Of all the things that you could read in this world, someone needs to read this. I'll say this: if anyone likes Donald Trump Jr. as a personality, there's nothing in this book that you can't already get by watching him on television or on his Twitter feed or whatever. If you think that you're going to get any insights into the mind of Donald Trump Jr., this is not it. It's not a reflective book. I would say that it's a cash grab, but he's supposed to be a billionaire, so I don't even know what the motivation was to write it. I'm very skeptical that he actually wrote it. There's no ghostwriter. I mean, maybe the ghostwriter didn't want credit. I don't know. Very odd. I'll end there. You can leave a comment if you'd like, and thank you for watching. Bye.